why wouldn't Donald Trump be in Kananaskis?
The United States is no longer a democracy. This is an authoritarian regime. I think there's an incredible naivety about dealing with Donald Trump. And I'm not blaming anyone for it, but we're dealing with in completely uncharted territory. Donald Trump has made clear again and again that he doesn't believe in the international rule of law. He supported Vladimir Putin relentlessly while undermining the Europeans. He's threatened Canada. He says that we don't have a right to exist. So we're dealing with an autocrat who sees us as a inclusive, diverse, equity-promoting country as a threat. I'm not saying that Prime Minister Carney is going to block Donald Trump at the border. I think that would escalate things dramatically. But we need to start talking much more clearly about the threat to democracy that is happening in the United States, because it's a threat to Canada and it's a threat to the world at this point.
Okay, you say we. Does that mean you expect those discussions to be had around the table between all the G7 leaders? Or are you talking about Canadians, while the world's attention is on Kananaskis, to be talking in one voice about this? What are you actually referring to there?
Well, one of the things that's really struck me since Donald Trump became elected, I think ordinary Canadians have stepped up. I think we were sleepwalking. I think Canada was sleepwalking to a mega-like disaster prior to Trump's election. But I talked to people from across Canada. The boycott has been an unprecedented powerhouse in terms of putting pressure on American states and putting pressure on supporters of Trump. I mean, $12 billion in vacation travel gone out the window. American wine sales to Canada down 90-some%. Canadians, I think, understand the threat. But what worries me is that we have this ability of sort of talking about Donald as though he's, oh, it's Donald, who he just says stuff. It's going to go, it's just him being him, when he's been very clear in his attacks on democracy, his attacks on the European allies. What I would like to see is that the Prime Minister works with our European allies, and I'm not here to undermine the Prime Minister at this point. I think it's all hands on deck for Canada. I don't think our premiers are stepping up the way they should be. I think some of them are actively undermining us. But we as a nation really need to be thinking bigger than just saying, well, maybe the budget will have something for Alberta, and maybe the budget will have something here. We need to be looking at how does Canada reposition itself in a world of gangster regimes. Maybe some of that will happen at the G6, and I say G6 because Donald Trump will be coming, I think, as a disruptor. We have to start building those links with the other countries.